Yeah, very true.
Timestamp us in, buddy.
Well, it is Friday, January 5th, 7:27 p.m. Bad podcast. I'm Drew.
I'm Brett. Welcome back. My man, been a fucking while.
Been a little while, man, but
Since
we're back.
a Brett and Drew podcast.
Yeah. Been a whole year, right?
It's been a year. 200 episodes.
Cracked the quick New Year's joke. Like last time we did a
it has been a whole
podcast
year.
was last year.
We'll be approaching. When did we even start?
I don't know.
I don't know yet.
I think
Remind us, guys.
Was it like October?
It must have been early October.
It was like November because your
we had all
grandma got us
September
all
to mull
those
it over.
like we exactly, and she got us all those decorations. I think is the pumpkin still here?
No, I tossed it. It would have been. Those small pumpkins keep
Yeah,
forever.
yeah, dude. You can have them for like almost a year, right?
Yeah.
Damn.
Whereas the big one just dies. It's disintegrating before you get it home.
It's already got like bruises and shit.
Dude, but so we wanted to talk about work. We wanted to talk about how working gives you this structure upon which you can base your day. And so the more that you have on your plate already, your structure is more well built and you can literally handle more. It's like, remember Mike said in that podcast, he said give the thing you need to get done to the busiest person in the room.
Yeah.
Or something along those lines. I
remember the
but-
quote. I remember the quote for sure. Yeah, definitely. I feel like it gives you a solid routine. And then from that routine comes momentum. And then like you just keep going no matter what, because I used to think that I would be much more functional and I don't know, I guess productive on days that I had off or days that like I didn't have anything to do, but it's truly the opposite. Because then you just sleep in, you get comfy, you don't really hurry for anything. It's kind of just like, oh, it's, I got the whole day to do this. But when you have the structure of like, even if it's just one class in the morning.
You're still
just-
up, you're still dressed, ate
Yeah.
breakfast. Like the day has started, man.
Yeah, and it's always at the same time. So it helps.
It's funny, I never really sleep in late, so I have a hard time, like, sympathizing with people when they sleep like mad late because
Yeah.
I've never been physically able to.
Yeah, you don't like sleep in on the weekends at all. You still get up at
Dude,
your
my
regular
body
time.
wakes me up 8:30, 9 o'clock, no matter what.
Wow.
Especially after I've been drinking. That's when I'm I'm freaking up with the birds, dude.
That's so opposite to other people. I think that's so opposite.
I can't. My body doesn't want to sleep while it has that stuff in me.
Really?
Yeah.
So especially when you're drunk, like you had been drinking, you're just like up and at 'em first thing.
I just don't want to be asleep because it just hurts to be. I just want to be awake and forget about it. Like, do something.
You have to remember it when you're up.
Dude, but sometimes you can, like, forget. Like, do you ever get nauseous and you're like, I'm just going to get up and, like, move around. And as soon as you're doing something else or with other people, like, you just aren't focusing on it anymore.
Yeah,
so
I
it's
think
not as bad.
You just don't have time to like sink into that sense. Like otherwise, you just fester on it. And
Dude, you're laying in bed in the dark. All you got is that pain.
fuck, very true. I feel like it might even carry over into your dreams, like a hangover.
Oh.
Like, what if your dreams are shittier because your body feels shitty?
Dude, weed doesn't affect me dreaming, but
No?
I'll still dream on it with alcohol. No, weed does affect me dreaming, but alcohol, I'll still dream.
Mm-hmm. I think I still dream if I had smoked, but I just don't remember it.
Yeah, that's
Like, I feel like I'm not recording. Because sometimes you wake up in the morning and you feel the energy from the dream you just had. You still feel the momentum of, like, if it was a nightmare, you wake up, like, freaking out. Or if it was a happy dream, you feel elated when you get up. But when you've been smoking, it's like that's all you have. You don't have the vivid memory of the structure or layout of the dream or what even happened.
Yeah, you're taking less mental snapshots as you go. You're even high in your dream. Dude, I'm glad we're on dreaming, though. Like, dreaming has been such a big... Ever since I did Sober November, dude. Sober November. And I wrote down my dreams for a month.
Mm-hmm.
That was an intense experience.
Did you dream every night of that month?
I had like 37 dreams recorded that month because I took naps.
Wow, one for every sleep cycle.
Yeah. I literally wrote in the note 12 November nap or 12 November sleep. So I knew what type of dreams I was having. I didn't actually go into them that deep. I just read them over and kind of analyzed them, but I didn't actually link them together.
Would you ever have like multiple dreams in a night?
Oh yeah,
Because yeah, that happens to me a lot.
Remember
I'll
I
have
told
like
you
3.
about how I started the last dream of the night started being me talking about the last 3 or whatever dreams it was with somebody. Like
That
I had
happened to
one
me
where I
too.
was telling Chris about them in my dream, and then I came back. I was like, oh, I just told Chris this. Like I know what
Yeah.
all the dreams were.
You already reviewed it. Like it's just
Yeah.
a quick like mental play over in your head.
That's insane. You're waking up while you're sleeping though.
Yeah, your body. It's almost as if your body knows that it's about because you have those sleep cycles. So your body knows when it's going to wake up. It's planned out, and it's just ending the dream not by. It's not like sharply ending the dream. It's giving you a buffer in between. That's really weird.
Lucid dreaming is way underrated in terms of how much you can learn from it.
Yeah, only ever done it twice, and neither time did I actually delve into it.
I was in one time, and I was in Vietnam, and I was longboarding down this long, dark road. And I was going past all these, like, Vietnamese people. Like, they were all, like, not prisoners of war, but, like, refugees and everything. And they were all, like, crouched on the side of the road. And then all of a sudden, a truck pulled up behind me. And with the lights on, and I just heard it put it in park. And I just, like, picked up my longboard and ran into the, like, field beside me. It was, like corn, but corn wouldn't be... like a cornfield, but I know corn wouldn't be in Vietnam. But
Whatever it
I
is.
turned around last second before I got into the corn. I was like, what would scare me most getting out of that truck right now? And I like asked myself that question in the dream because I had a feeling that I was dreaming. And then as soon as I went to turn around, because I had brought that consciousness into the dream, I just woke up immediately.
Wow.
Like as soon as I realized I was dreaming, I got sucked out. I've never actually stayed in there and been able to keep experiencing.
That's crazy.
That was my only lucid dream.
So it was just like a gateway to lucid dreaming.
I actually heard. Have you ever heard of Carlos Castaneda?
Heard of him, but I've heard you talk about him.
Cabral briefly mentioned on the podcast. He's talking about the spot. But he's a Mexican. Right, I know he's a novelist. But he talks all about dreaming and spirituality and psychedelics.
Right.
And he says that psychedelics would be prescribed to the slower students who weren't able to reach it through dreaming practice alone.
Really?
Yeah.
That's an interesting take.
Right? It's different. I don't necessarily agree with it, but...
Like, I wonder, I want to know why he came to that conclusion.
He was being... He got some training through some... I don't know the actual story because he wrote fiction stories, but they were loosely based around himself.
Right. Huh. Yeah, I haven't really read on him at all. I've really only heard of him from you when you were talking to Cabral about it.
He went on to
So I know
start a
nothing.
cult, so...
Oh, cool.
So, yeah, his opinion, I guess.
I hope that's what people will say about me when they look back. They're like, yeah, Drew from the Bad Podcast. No, he went on
Bad
to start a
Cult.
cult. Yeah. When Brett went on his road trip, they just split off and Drew started a cult. Brett
Drew
kept the
started a
podcast
hippie
going.
commune.
Hippie commune of college students, so no real hippies.
Dude, let's all move on to a cul-de-sac when we're older and have a sort of commune.
That would be kind of cool. Like all of our friends from this area, we all just we get an entire cul-de-sac filled.
Dude, we could just, with everybody together, we could get enough solar panels to just have our own little grid.
The bad subdivision.
That would actually be the dream.
Yeah, but can you imagine collectively the kids of all of our friends? Be a rowdy bunch.
That'd be hilarious, dude. Imagine like group camping trips though.
Oh shit.
Dude, you and I could just bring all the kids into the bush and be like, just give them like a beer. The cool dads.
He's like giving you shots in the back, like, oh, come back. We're gonna go on a hike with the kids. Like, oh, wives, you stay behind. You know, this is just gonna be like father son bonding
men's
time.
adventure.
Yeah, I got my kids drunk in the woods.
You're real proud of yourself. You should be proud of yourself.
Oh my god. Did your parents? I don't want to implicate your parents, but like when you were growing up, did they from time to time just like give you a taste of wine or beer or something?
No, never. Yeah, they did. I mean, I could ask for it anytime I wanted. Be like, hey, can I try that? And it always tasted like absolute shit when I was young. Like, would affront my senses, and I hated it. So I never wanted it because it was a more open culture. They educated me on it instead of just pushing it in the shadow realm.
Yeah, kind of the same here. I never really cared about it until there was one time I showed curiosity, and I just asked my dad why he would have a beer with dinner or something. And he was like, it's like soda for adults. I was really young when I asked, and I was like, oh, can I try it? And he was like, sure, here. And he just like passed it over, and I took one sip, and I was like, nope, like do not like. Yeah, you're right. It kept me away from it for super long until I actually understood the point of drinking it.
When in the beginning, I even still hated beer, but we were also drinking like Bud Light. I mean, I probably wouldn't have liked an IPA back then either. Like,
Dad gives his like 5-year-old son an IPA. He's like, here, try this.
Be a beery. Is that what they call them?
Beeries?
Like a beer.
Beerios?
Connoisseur. Beerios.
Like Beerios?
That's definitely the correct nomenclature.
So you more of a beer guy or a weed guy?
Dude, weed all day. But if it was a question of give up weed or give up alcohol, goodbye alcohol. There's not even a question in my mind.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, same here.
Like I use weed to go for runs, work out if I'm feeling sick, like clean my room, go for a hike. It's just such a better drug.
Sit around and eat brownies.
True. Video games.
Yeah, you could think the opposite way too. It's definitely,
dude,
I can see it.
I've gone there before. Like video games and weed together is a killer combo.
Yeah, it's an addictive substance all on its own.
Yeah, the two of them combined, man, it's like the most. Time just flies by.
Yeah.
Like you have zero concept of time because you're literally in the screen.
I think it's because you delve so deep. You know, you get so in, because I'll hyper focus if I'm stoned when I do something, especially something I'm into, something I really like to do. I will completely lose track of time. Like I'll start something in the morning and I'll be in it all day, and next thing I know, the fucking sun's gone.
Dude, I have a wicked bro science theory.
Please do tell. I'm very curious. I'm very interested to hear.
What if in doing these tasks, you're going out of your mind. You're like, or rather sinking deeper into it, like away from the like super conscious side, and you're going more into just the flow state. So you're literally moving away from the part of your brain that is conscious of
what it's doing.
Of what it's doing and experiencing time in a more like zoomed out fashion instead of just the moment to moment. Because like, what if video games take the same part of your brain up as like, I don't know, hunting or something?
I think they do. I think you're right. It lets you zone into something. Very bro science, but I agree. Mm-hmm. I don't even need to hear the actual science.
Dude, I heard that on the Joe Rogan podcast where he wrote, what's his name? Totally blanking. It will come to me. But he wrote a book about, he wrote Tribe, Sebastian Junger. And he was talking about how humans need these small groups in order to have meaning in their lives because everybody's depending on everybody. It's just how our brain evolved. So it's where it evolved, so it's where we're happiest. But he says that when young men, because men are mostly the ones who are attracted to play video games. Like, video games are overwhelmingly played by men.
Yeah. And
what they're really doing is they're stimulating the hunting part of their brain because they're all together practicing this skill that will eventually yield to real-world results.
Right.
Wins feel like real-world results.
They do. And losses make you want to try at it again all that harder.
You get emotionally invested in this thing.
Yeah.
Big time.
I definitely sunk into video games a lot when I was younger, but I think you and I made the same moves. You were much deeper than I. You went to PC gaming. I was just on console. But like after PlayStation 2, and I started seeing how good the PS3 was, and I started seeing, like the Xbox 360 and the Xbox One, I was just like, it's not worth it to spend the money because I'm just throwing money at something that's going to put me back further in life.
Exactly. It's such... Dude, I love video games so much. And my friends were really, for some reason, Holbrook is really, really good at video games. Like in terms of servers that were ranked nationwide, worldwide, they were always like teams from Holbrook are always top 15 in Call of Duty at least. For some reason,
That's wild.
Holbrook has a wicked video game environment, but
Do you think it speaks anything to like the culture of Holbrook?
yeah, shit. So you stay inside and play fucking video games. Everybody's on board.
Dude, we should
Nothing
be able
do.
to cross-index shitty towns to successful video game players and see if we can find any.
Dude, in South Korea, they farm young kids in terms of like video game. Like they'll bring them into a house and they'll have to sign a contract that they'll play the game like 12 hours a day. Teams will.
Holy shit.
Yeah, they're really just farming the kids.
Yeah.
Why? Where did I start this? I loved video games a lot, and I had to give them up because I loved them so much that I would spend all my time doing that because it's just so fun to get good at a game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the more you play it, it's crazy. It's just exponential. The more you play it, the more involved you want to get in it. It's like a career. Like if you love something enough and you're getting good at it, you want to be the best at it.
Because you're sinking into the culture. Like you're starting to speak the shared language. You're starting to, I don't know, basically that.
I think a good telltale is when you start to like make inside jokes about that thing to just anyone in the hopes that they'll understand. That's when you know you're deep into something.
Dude,
Like
absolutely.
obscure references that no one else will get.
Like I'm getting into Bitcoin right now, and not Bitcoin, but cryptocurrency. And now that I read all the subreddits and everything, there's so much lingo. And when you get into a new community, you have to learn the lingo, especially like the acronyms and stuff.
Yeah.
Like there's one, it's HODL, HODL, and like everyone's always like Team HODL or like I'm HODLing. That was originally what it was. Is a guy posted when Bitcoin originally had originally crashed. He posted in all caps. He meant to say I'm holding, but he said I'm HODLing, and then that just became the culture just accepted it, and now everyone's like XRP gonna drop, and they're like HODL, like just hold, it's gonna go up.
People are such trolls, man.
They are, dude. People are. I love people, man.
Especially you're right, it's like a little tribe, like a little community of people that all just have this small common language. Because if you said that to anyone outside of the cryptocurrency realm, they just assume that you're talking like garbage. They'd be like, this kid's fucking mumbo jumbo hodling. What does that mean?
And they must scale all the way up. Like there's words that work here in Boston. There's the Boston area rather, or even just say Eastern Massachusetts versus Western Massachusetts versus Eastern United States and Western United. Like there's, like what is the distinction? Jimmy's and Sprinkles.
I never know.
Is that a thing, or is I
It
know
is,
that
like,
they're different things, but is that a
But
regional
like, yeah,
thing?
people, I don't know what region it is, but I've heard that as well. That like, I think it's in the South. They call like Sprinkles Jimmy's or something. We call them Jimmy's here, and I think they just call them Sprinkles down there. I don't fucking.
I could see Jimmy's being a southern fucking thing.
Get your
Oh,
Jimmy's.
they're little Jimmy's.
Wait,
Fox.
I think it actually might have started as like a racist thing.
Because the brown ones.
Yeah, I have no idea if that's
Dude,
true.
if that's
but I
true,
heard,
man.
I read somewhere on the internet, so that leads me to believe it's true that it originated as a racial thing.
I could see it. And then the new ones came and they were like Sprinkles.
And the South got
multicolored
mad.
ones. They're like, all them gay ones, multicolored.
Oh my god, it's crazy how that just reminded me how much the U.S. is changing. Just, dude, over the past 10 years, think about, it's 2018. Think 2008 when Obama was running. How different of a place the U.S. was.
Is it because of technology?
I don't know. Maybe just how fast it's moving. Did we have Twitter in 2000? Yeah, we had Twitter.
Yeah,
we had Twitter way before
Obama
2000.
got elected through Twitter.
Yeah.
He was really the first one.
Yeah, true. We always say, like, Trump won through Twitter, but Obama definitely won through Twitter as well.
He was the first one.
Dude, he had a BlackBerry.
Dude, even
he
look
would tweet
20
from the
years.
BlackBerry.
20 years even shows a little bit like 2000. What is it? 2008?
Mm-hmm.
No, 1998. Like
Dude.
that, we were in a different. We thought that all the computers were about to explode soon enough.
Because of a placeholder.
Yeah, like
Technology's gonna take over.
Y2K, Y2K.
Oh my god, why, dude? I saw somewhere, I think it was on Reddit. Honestly, it was like a meme that they thought you said the world wasn't gonna end in 2012, and it didn't. But has anything felt real since 2012?
No.
Feels like it's been a fucking dream since then, dude.
Dude, it actually does. Wow. The country is moving in a, I don't know. I have such conflicting, the cynical side, and then I have the hyper optimist side, and I try to mediate between the two of them, but it's pretty impossible. Like, part of me is like, everything's going to shit. Like, don't even bother. And then another part is like, everything is going to be perfect if you just wait long enough. And my view is like perfectly in the middle of those two.
Dude, I'm right there with you. I feel like it's gonna be one of both. Like, it's either gonna get real shitty or it's gonna get real good.
We're in a position right now. We're in a swing spot. Like, it can go either way right now.
Well, yeah, we have like a very volatile government right now.
Worldwide.
Dude, Kim Jong-un.
Dude, him and Trump are in a fucking dick measuring contest. Like,
Yeah,
are you
dude, they're having a
fucking
little
kidding me?
pissing battle of their own.
My button is bigger.
I mean, Kim Jong-un's an idiot. Definitely. I mean, maybe he's not an idiot. I don't know, but he is completely in over his head for running a country. I mean, he's just like a spoiled rich kid. He had everything he wanted growing up, and now he's just like
Everything.
been handed this entire country of like starving, impoverished people. So he's one thing in its own, but Trump blows my mind. I just can't believe what kind of, I mean, the past year, dude, it's been pretty insane.
We have a Kardashian in the White House, man. It makes so much sense for the culture.
Yeah, very true.
Nobody's looking into what things actually are. They just want the surface level. They just want to see what the Kardashians are wearing and the places they're going and the food
what they're saying on
eating.
Twitter.
Yeah, like that's what people want, is they just want that surface level. They want that surface level interaction, and that's what they're getting.
Yeah, dude, Joe said it so well. It was how did he say it? Yeah, so the elections are a popularity contest, and this is the first time someone popular has actually run.
Oh,
Like he is already he's a movie star, dude.
Popularity contest.
He's had a TV show since what, like the late 80s? He's just a star.
He's been a meme forever too. You can't let a meme run.
Dude, memes gather attention.
Dude, who's
very
your call
quickly.
out? Who's president next cycle? Who's the odd pick who's gonna run?
So I'm thinking it's got to be a celebrity at this point.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
I don't think he wants
After
it.
Before the Flood.
Dude, I feel like if The Rock ran, people would vote for him.
People would vote for The Rock.
I think people say people would vote for Kanye, but I don't think people would vote for Kanye.
I really hope not.
Yeah, that would be catastrophic.
Imagine he is next level ego. He has a
Christ.
bigger ego. Does he? Do you think that he has a bigger ego than Trump?
I think that's a safe thing to say.
I'd say they're at least on par with each
Yeah.
other.
And it's very likely that he could have a bigger ego than Trump.
Gotta get that shit out of the way, man. We gotta bring all of us up.
People like that, though.
That's what
Like-
wins in our society.
Yeah, the biggest ego.
Because that's the one that's naturally willing to gather more resources and power for itself.
Well, who with no ego says about themselves, I think I could run this country very well. Because I don't think first of all, anyone that has experienced ego death would absolutely not want to be the president.
Oh.
Because there's no way they could look at themselves and be like, "Oh, I will do this better than anyone else."
Dude, imagine we try to run our own lives. You're like, I don't know if that's what I should do. Like, I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. Imagine everyone in the country looking at you like, what do we do? What do we do?
Dude, I'm freaking out trying to decide if I should like eat before or after I shower sometimes. There's no way I could run the country.
Like, I have no other life to compare this to. By what metric am I supposed to be right?
Oh my god. Like skipping classes, like, oh, I could definitely be the president. I go to every meeting.
Dude. Jordan Peterson, man. All starts at home.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to be the president of the country, it all starts with cleaning your room.
then your
love
house,
that.
then
I
your
love that.
yard.
Yeah, I love that idea of just fixing up everything from like the most minuscule point. The most minuscule point is your psyche, I guess. That's the
Yeah.
and that radiates outward into your surroundings.
I think you're right, but I think it could also, and just to play devil's advocate, I think that it could go to a point where it's actually worse for you. Or I don't know, I don't want
Like
to say
an
worse for
OCD
you.
level?
Yeah, exactly, like an OCD level. Like you
Yeah,
can get
neurotic.
obsessed with the idea of like, oh, I can't start anything till my room's clean, and then you go to start something and you're like, well, I gotta
could
get
be
it
cleaner.
Yeah, and then you're like, well, I really should organize all these things right now. Be like, oh, my clothes are a mess. Like I should refold all, and you just like keep going deeper and deeper. I have that problem sometimes, or like being overly minimal. Like minimalism is a beautiful art form in itself, and not even an art form, but just like an organizational strategy. And I love minimalism. Like my desk is usually pretty bare bones. Sometimes I'll have like speakers, maybe like a plant or something, but like I'll get too caught up in it sometimes, and I'll put things away and like out of sight, out of mind, but then the room has no life to it. Like
Yeah,
some
I see
things,
that, dude.
yeah, like some things have to be out for even like acoustics. They say that a completely empty room, like with just furniture and nothing else, it's so echoey because the wall,
And it makes it
the sound
harsh to
just
be in.
bounces. Yeah.
Like, dude, I dig into a room. You know me. I'm like, well, I need pencils on my desk, so it's gonna be ugly. I also need this lamp, and I like this Buddha. like, soon enough, I have like this
hand with a wallet in it.
Dude, that is my favorite little accessory. As soon as I walk in my room, I put my wallet in it and my keys in it, and I never lose them anymore.
Yeah, he's got like a
Until I go out.
like a
Don't have hand.
ceramic hand that just sits on his desk, wallet, keys. Is there a ring on one of the fingers?
No.
Oh, I thought there was like
Back
like
when we were in Wagon, I used to have it half off the desk, and then I could hang the keys on a finger instead. But
ooh,
now it just sits on a table.
that's clean.
It's nice.
So you're definitely, I feel like you're a minimalist as well, but you don't go overly minimal. Like if there are things that shouldn't be there, you take care of it.
Form and function, man. It
Yeah.
has to be. I tend towards function, but I take form into mind. And I think that's the difference is that we're both right on the. We're not in the middle. We're just both lean a little bit farther to the other side. Like you lean a little bit farther to aesthetics, and it makes the room look too minimal, and I lean a little more towards function, and it makes the room look just a little bit cluttered.
Yeah, but just over the threshold for both of us.
Exactly.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
That's why living together made us really. The room was very nice.
Yeah,
Because I was like, put something here, and you're like, leave that there.
But we both moved in the opposite directions because now I have so much more decoration in my room.
Yeah.
And I mean, I always like put up little decorations, but now not only are there decorations, but like things that I use most often are out. And I don't know, it's like a very comfortable environment. It's like a manifestation of my mind. So like everything works very well for me.
Dude, things also just make me happy. Like just having these two carved heads in my room, and like I have another Buddha. Like I just
The
look at
tiger.
them, I just look and I just get joy from it. I'm like, I like going in that thing. Like it's not in the way.
I'm with that with like paintings or photos.
Art, dude. Something people put time into.
Yeah, I can delve into something. Like I'll just sit on my couch in my room and stare at one of the paintings on my wall. I'm so into it. Dude, I had procrastinated making my New Year's resolution, and I didn't actually make it until after the ball dropped. And it got me thinking. I was like, my biggest problem is procrastination. So that should be my resolution. But I need to actually lay down like a measurable goal.
Do you think that it's better to? Do you think that negatively framed or positively framed goals are better? Are you better at
Definitely.
running towards something or away from something?
Positively framed is certainly the best motivator. There's no doubt about it.
I think you need both of them.
Yeah, I think I find myself running from like the failure of a goal more than running towards the positive aspect of achieving that goal. But I truly believe that the best way to live is always looking ahead positively and having that positive reinforcer versus just like, oh shit, like if I don't do this, I'm going to be so fucked, or I have to do this by tomorrow. And then you freak yourself out and you don't enjoy it. I feel like it should all be about enjoying the time you're spending doing whatever the fuck it is you're doing.
Dude, you gotta enjoy it. At the bottom of the day, that's the whole reason why you choose to be alive every second. Because
Yeah.
you might as well enjoy this shit. You're getting it for. This is the most intense experience you'll ever have, probably, or have had so far, as some incarnate stardust. Like
Hairless ape.
being human is trippy, dude.
Mm.
Like, look at all things existing on the planet and ask yourself, what would I want to be? Duh, human. Boom! Look, we're fucking human. Like, here
Well,
we
you're
go.
just looking at the planet, man. I'm looking at the whole universe. There's got to be better shit out there.
There must be.
Like
So,
I could have been a human with hands for feet still. And that'd be way cooler than being
you could just be a
an
chimp,
earth
dude.
human.
Being a chimp would be fun.
A chimp with the capacity of a human brain? Or do you want just like chimp fun?
Or do you want to throw shit at things?
Do you want to enjoy throwing shit at things?
I would rather be conscious and still throw shit at things. Consciously throw shit at things.
So what are you doing tomorrow? Speaking of tomorrow, man, I want to make an igloo in the front yard.
Dude, we have
from
mad
the
snow.
Yeah, got a lot of snow yesterday. I want to hear about your snow day. How was Brett Lally snow day?
Brett Lally had a great snow day. I woke up. I was tired because I stayed up late the night before, but I didn't want to waste the day. And also, my body fucking woke me up at 8:30 after I went to bed at 2:30. So I was like, well, not a great sleep. But, dude, that's what 6-7 hours is what I usually get.
Yeah.
And I'm always a little bit tired, but I have enough rest to be. I'm just a very energetic person too.
Yeah, dude. When I get a full 8 hours, I definitely feel better, but not if I got the full 8 hours because I slept in. Like if I go to bed early and get the full night's sleep and wake up, my body usually wakes me up at 6 a.m. anyway, and it's like just my second sleep. Like I wake up and just go back to sleep. Usually right as the sun comes up, I
Yeah,
get like
you usually do because you love
Yeah.
sleeping with the window open too.
yeah, I get like
Oh,
a
the
quick
shade
wake
open.
up and then I'm right back asleep because I can fall asleep pretty easily.
Yeah.
But yes, if I wake up at 6 and then wake up 2 hours later, I feel great. If I get that like secondary 2 hours, but if I sleep in longer than that, then I just wake up feeling groggy and I don't want to get out of bed.
It's that momentum, dude. You had a little. You let yourself lose a little bit,
Yeah, totally. That's so weird.
dude. Also, there's a huge difference between sleeping with the sun and getting 8 hours of sleep. I think that 8 hour. What is it? 10 to 2. That is optimal, man. 10 to 2. 10 to 2. Jesus Christ. 10 to
10
6.
p.m., 2 a.m.
10 to 6. That is the best sleep possible.
I think you're right. I think 10 because I love waking up when the sun's up, man. I truly do. It's one of the best feelings. Like right as the rest of the world is waking up, you're watching it. You're waking up with it.
Dude, aligning yourself to the sun, that's just how your energy levels are meant to function.
But
Like-
then again, like I see people that function perfectly on night shifts. I've seen people function much better than me on night shifts.
People can, but the body is designed around the sun. And I think that they're still doing a disservice to their... Like, the hormones are meant to excrete as the sun's coming up, so you get all your energy, you get the heavy stuff done in the morning, and then as the sun starts going down, so does...
Yeah.
Like, I feel like your energy levels should correspond directly with the sun's...
I agree, but I was gonna call you out because you said designed, like someone consciously did it.
Dude, have you ever heard Richard... I think it's Richard Dawkins. He says evolution is like a blind watchmaker. Like, it doesn't know what it's making, but it's just like...
Like
it's
slapping
still
things
made.
together.
Yes, something is being made by whatever the competition, I guess.
True. Yeah, I mean, I guess it wouldn't be too far of a stretch to say you designed yourself in a way.
Yeah, it's like this, but the circumstances themselves are what's making it even exist.
Okay. I can get down with that. As long as you're not talking about like a bearded man in the sky that like made me in his image.
It's a bearded chimp in the sky. He
Okay,
just throws a
now
little turd
that,
down.
That I
He
can get
comes
down
out.
with. Oh, that's how they got it
Monkey
wrong.
God.
See, I feel like people would much rather convert to that.
Monkey God.
That's the cult.
Dude, I want to create a fucking church where instead of all the pews facing one person in the front of the room, that is not God. God is a circle, dude. Everybody sits in a big circle, like as just apes, and then one person sits in the middle and just like
I was gonna say around a
talks.
campfire, preferably.
A giant, dude, even better, a giant fire, and then like people talk or yell or dance in the middle. Just
Okay.
that try. That is
Yeah.
one thing, dude. Going to Spelman. One thing is when you're in a group of for masses, when you're in a group of people who are singing or moving towards an objective together, the brain likes that.
Yeah.
And whether it was Catholicism or not, it felt good for everybody. It was just fun for everybody to sing together, whether we were really believing the words we were singing or not.
Yeah,
Like,
you're definitely
"Let
right.
the river flow." Dude, I used to sing that one all the time.
How much time did you have at Cardinal Spellman just devoted to like religious practices?
So you went to school and what was a day? 6 hours long. So we had 4 hours of prayer a day, and no, I'm kidding. we had one religion class that was in the cycle of 8 classes. So we had it about like 4 times a week, 5 times a week.
Okay.
This was just a class, and then there'd
Yeah.
be one mass a month.
Oh,
And on
yeah.
Friday, your religion class would have adoration, where you get to sit in front of the Holy Eucharist. That's at the front, which is literally God. That is God is now that piece of bread in Catholicism.
Yeah.
He has returned. Oh, we never shut the curtain.
Vinny. Haha.
Vinny, come join the podcast, mate.
What?
Come join the podcast. We're live.
Is one going?
Yes, we're live.
I gotta eat.
We'll be done real soon, my dude.
Who's on?
Just me and Drew.
You want to be our guest? Drops all his shit. Comes in.
Podcast outfit on.
Oh my
Oh,
fucking
wow.
God.
Look at that.
We can't see you back there, Ben. Hold him up.
You can't say
Here, just sit here. Just sit here.
Sit next to Brett.
Here, hop
We're
on
talking
this
about
mic.
we're talking about religion, Vinny, and how
You gotta get in There we go. Eddie Adams in the flesh. Dude, this is real fur.
Yeah, this is rabbit fur. Very anti-PETA, but it's nice.
Dude,
and
I have
warm.
one too, dude. It's so
Yeah.
nice.
It's gonna be like negative 30.
Can I try her on?
It's gonna be negative 30 with the wind chill tomorrow.
Negative 30?
They said 30 seconds of.
Oh, it's the same one I have, dude.
Yeah, 30 seconds of skin exposure with the wind chill is frostbite.
Really?
Yeah.
Brett's like, I'm gonna push that.
I'm gonna take a cold shower and fucking dive in the snow and then just stand there for 32 seconds.
Dude, you should put on a timer, make a video, and just find where that post was, and just like reply back with that.
Like the timer, the picture of the timer and me with just all black skin and frostbitten.
All of a sudden, you're just a selfie in the hospital. What up?
You're right, bro.
It's gonna be interesting because it's no one alive right now in Massachusetts has ever experienced.
That cold?
Yeah, they said it'll be the coldest since like 18 something.
Oh my god. All right,
Wow.
shirtless run?
And you should actually do a little Wim Hof work in that cold.
Dude, I want to test that. Can I have my hat back? Because I
Yeah.
probably have terrible hair. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, like it definitely will be a good field for testing. Not just if his theories are correct. It's like, are you Wim Hof? Because I know he could handle it. That's
He
one
could
thing.
handle it, dude.
That's
Can
but it's-
Brett? Brett, do you think Brett can handle it?
Negative 30, dude. That's intense.
Well, no, like negative 30 with the wind chill. I mean, even still, that's like negative 15 is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I could withstand that for 30 seconds all day.
No, it's with wind. Like if the wind is going continuous for 30 seconds.
All right, I'm going to stand on my roof. Is it going to be like gale force winds?
Oh, I don't know.
Dude, I think 32
hurricane.
seconds is definitely achievable.
Yeah, it would be very uncomfortable, but...
Well, if frostbite isn't just death, it's just frostbite's just.
Yeah.
Okay, how about if I
You're-
just do 3 minutes outside and I start it soaking wet?
You can go ahead. But I don't
Dude,
wanna
I
see-
think you could do it. Worst case scenario, we just have to like chip off the ends of your fingers when you come in,
Yeah.
because they'll definitely be dead.
Pneumonia, bronchitis.
We'll be good.
They're like coughing up blood because it's freezing your lungs.
Dude, do you know what I learned? I've been reading this book, The Science of Breath. The Science of Breath. And they were talking about how when you're standing up, the most of your blood is in the bottom of your lungs. So if you're not breathing with your diaphragm, you're really not getting most of the oxygen exchange.
Oh shit.
Because what is really happening in your lungs is blood is going there and picking up oxygen. And leaving.
Right. But it's swelling near the bottom.
Yeah, because gravity is just pulling it down.
So does that mean that people aren't getting as much oxygen as they need? Maybe Maybe is that why people are always tired?
Absolutely, dude.
That and I'd probably say hydration too.
Because everyone's just shallow. They're literally sucking in the oxygen with their chest. That's not how that's meant to be part of the breath, but that's not.
The entire thing.
Like 3/4, 5/6 of your breath is the straight diaphragm, which I'm just now. It's been a process since the summer. I never really paid attention until I started swimming.
What causes one to do that?
Like learn to use my diaphragm, or
Like
shallow breathing.
How come as a baby we breathe right and then we develop bad habits? Is that just like monkey see, monkey do? Or?
I think that we face certain circumstances in our life that make us want to or unconsciously shut down our body because of whether it's we associate it with pain or we don't want future pain or something like that. So we deaden the body so we don't feel it anymore. And then we don't even know that we forget how to use it because we're not paying attention to it anymore.
Why would we do that if breathing from the diaphragm is good for you?
Because you're not doing it like, oh, I'm going to do this something that's bad for me. You're unconsciously, it just happens to the body.
You're like, I feel like you're naturally seeking the easy way out. You know, like with like shoes, it's more comfortable to wear the padded shoe, but you're making your foot like atrophy more over time.
Oh, 100%. My feet are very like soft and weak.
Dude, I'm thinking right now, there's a time period between when you're a baby and properly wired and when you really become conscious. Because it takes becoming conscious to really fight your body, like tightening and deadening.
Yeah.
So in that time frame, there's society, as fucking hippie as it sounds, imprints itself upon you, and you start tightening your abs to be strong and like deadening all that.
Yeah, dude, and squatting. Like little kids always, if you ever look at a kid at the beach or something and they're like making a sandcastle, they're going to be squatting down and their ass isn't going to be touching the ground.
Flat
They're just
feet, dude.
Yeah, they're just in their natural, what's that, like the natural resting
The body's
stance or
like
something.
folding itself in half
Yeah.
and just resting at the ground.
But then
at a ground level.
For like grades kindergarten through 12, dude, you're sitting in a seat for 6 hours a day.
Dude.
And it just takes it away from you.
We got to get rid of these chairs, man. We can't keep contributing to Western society like this. Let's hack the legs off this puppy, get her on the ground, get some cushions.
I would very much like a squat desk for the
that
podcast.
That would be so sick. What do you say, man? You got a chainsaw outside? Let's take a break and
There's sawdust everywhere.
Let's do it. I'm in, Vinny. So you do have that saw, right?
Oh, I do.
Right now.
Dude, let's
right
carve
now.
This seems like a nice table to chop too.
Yeah.
After I seen your snap, you did a whole bunch of stuff to it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we wired this whole thing up so we don't have to set up the podcast every time.
Yeah, so it's been a month since we posted.
Does it really?
Yeah. I'll think more.
Yeah, I have noticed like there has been like nights where I haven't had to tiptoe anymore.
Dude, well,
Wow.
finals hit, and then starting a new job, and then we had a piece of equipment go down, and it was just one thing after another, and now we finally have the time to sit down and just get something recorded.
We're back, baby.
We're back forever.
Back with merch, by the way. That hat Brett Lally's wearing. I got one too. I forgot to wear it, but Mama Lally made it for us. She got them all screen printed and everything with stickers and a t-shirt.
Dude, 2 personal ones. It's a Nike hat. It's like the nicest hat that you could get.
Yeah. Dude,
We
thank you,
definitely-
Mama Lally.
Right?
Shout out right now.
Mama.
You are our angel.
But I didn't realize how many people would want this. Like, so many people messaged me when I put it out, and they were like, dude, can I get those? And I was like, nope, 2 in existence. Prototype.
It's the beta version. We need to upgrade.
Dude, we should get some merch, man.
Let's get some like troll merch. Some
We got to make
goofy
sure
shit.
that I don't know if this is the final form of the
logo.
the logo. This is just a preliminary.
Do some dude. Then those will be worth more because they're vintage. It's like the old Coca-Cola logo or something.
These are dude, 2 of a kind. I really want to incorporate the Jesus Christ, yin yang symbol into the bad podcast.
I would love to incorporate Jesus Christ as well.
The Jesus Christ into the podcast.
Dude, that'd be cool if we
Our
made like a
Father.
little graphic of like Jizo blessing both of us.
That would be sick.
Or like us like flying into the sky, like each holding one of Jesus's hands.
This is some
He's got like
intense
lightning bolts
GFX.
coming out from underneath him.
I was thinking literally take the yin yang symbol and put it as the O in bad podcast.
Ooh, I like that.
Bad.
Bad idea.
Negative reinforcement.
True. This whole podcast is negative reinforcement.
Dude, I love the name bad podcast though.
It is perfect.
It's
Like
perfect.
I was like, oh, that's like I was like, oh wow, that's pretty. Like I thought it was unique at first. I'm like, oh, Brett and Drew. I'm like, did they think of that, or was that just a coincidence?
Accident.
It wasn't really at first.
Complete accident.
No, I thought of it.
Come on, I wanted to say
I was
accident.
like Brett and Drew. Bad podcast. I was like, I've never heard of that.
Kid, you're a genius.
It was perfect. We were like, all right, we'll put that one in the back burner. Not back burner, but we'll put that one in the back of our minds. And if we don't think of something that exceeds that, then we'll go with that. And then podcast day came. We're like,
Bad
bad
podcast.
podcasting. We got nothing else.
Dude, I'm telling you, New Year's resolution, stop procrastinating.
Dude, you know what one of mine is? Although I'm not totally dedicated to the cause,
Napping.
but I want to stop. I want to stop napping.
Stop
So,
napping
I mean-
for the year or indefinitely? Like your resolution is
Like,
to
I wanna-
stop
I wa-
napping for the
in
rest
my
of your life.
I wanna move away from napping.
So from
Sick.
this point forward, you're gonna take 0 naps.
No,
for the
that's
rest
not
of
what
your
I'm
life.
saying.
Like, cause I know what you mean. Like for me, it's kind of like it's like oh, like I go to work, come home, nap, go to gym. But it's like I only nap because I fuck around and don't get 8 hours of sleep.
Exactly.
If I got 8 hours, you wouldn't need that nap. So it's like readjust your schedule so you don't need it.
Dude, my grandpa's brother always said, I love it. He's like, nope. They'd be like, you gonna take a nap today, Billy? He's like, nope. Naps are for babies and old people. I love every time I think of taking a nap now, I'm like, dude, naps are for babies and old people. Like, I do not need a nap.
I'm a baby though.
But there ain't nothing better than when like you got bad sleep, and then you just fall asleep knowing like there's no alarm.
Dude, that's intense. Like back to bed. Because usually if I wake up from drinking and it's bad, because I'll wake up at 8:30, 9 o'clock, I'll shower and then I'll be like, okay, eat something, back to bed. It's not a nap. It's a back to bed.
TJ used to
I differentiate between
Yeah.
those two.
TJ used to call it the second sleep.
The second sleep, dude. That's a
I
good
lo-
one.
What did he say? He goes, second sleep is when you wake up when the rest of the world is waking up, and you turn back over and go, nah, not yet, and you enter second sleep.
Dude, have you ever heard that Emerson quote where it's, Jesus Christ, butchered. But essentially he says, though, like the birds have to get up, bees have to get up, animals got to get up, you got to get up, motherfucker. That's what he said verbatim.
Emerson.
You got to get up, motherfucker.
Get up, motherfucker. Oh, that should be a motivational poster in my room, right above my bed, so I see it first thing.
Dude, let's just fucking pull a mic out for this kid.
I'm down.
Bottom, oh no, it's top drawer. Fuck.
It's like a lot of work.
Not at all anymore. Bitch is wired.
I don't know if she'll fit. I realized we started so many stories and never finished.
Did we? Like, what was one we lost? Well, let's get in the next
Yeah.
break.
We might need to move this table for me to get this mic out.
I forget it, dude.
You can share. Pull her out in the middle.
I think it's hard for them to hear me just from here.
Not they still hear you, but not to the quality that they would hear you.
We're not going to hear the crispness in your beautiful
They
voice.
want to hear you, Vinny.
They want to hear
What do you
every
hear, Vinny?
vibration rattling out of your teeth.
Much like the Joey Diaz is the bass in his voice.
Wait, say again.
This is the Joey Diaz bass in his voice.
Oh,
When he's
dude, when he gets real fucking low, and he gets so low, and he talks so quietly that it's just like a grumble, and you don't know what he's saying. at
And
all.
then he
There's
just
no
explodes.
pronunciation. He's like, "Da-da, blah, blah, blah."
And then, yeah, Joe's just like Joey, the mic. He has his
Yeah.
own podcast. He should know.
I had a substitute teacher that used to do that. I told it on the podcast with who was it when we were talking about substitute teachers? Colin, yeah, I told that story. The guy that would just like get really down low, and then he'd scream.
Colin? I don't know.
I think it was. Oh, it was because my mom. When I went over for New Year's, she was like, I was listening to your podcast, the episode with Colin, and you guys were talking about stories from school, and I was screaming at you guys on the TV because I wanted you to tell this one story that you weren't telling, and I had completely forgotten about it. But she reminded me the time she got a call from the principal that said just this. He left a voicemail. You're going to need to come pick up your son. He brought a weapon into school, and I had to confiscate it and remove. And my mom, that's all the information she was given. She's freaking out. She's like, oh my God. Like, did he take one of his father's knives to school? Like, what could this be? Because all he said was like, there's been a situation, like he brought a weapon.
Don't even tell me is what
Dude,
I think it is.
Dude, so I didn't even realize I was in trouble. I think I had this thing out. I won't reveal what it is yet, but I had left it on my desk after I used it, and the teacher saw and like snagged it and gave it to the principal. And I'm in another class like near the end of the day, and the principal just calls me out, and he's like, oh, Drew, I have to talk to you. So everyone's like, ooh, I'm walking out, and mind you, this is like 6th grade. So I walk out, and he's like, you know what I'm here for, right? I'm like, no, I have no idea. I'm like, I came up with some random thing that I picked on myself and like thought that I had fucked up on the day. I'm like, oh, like was it in this class when he's like, nope. And he like opens his jacket and pulls out this little fucking mechanical pencil that had been modified so you could just like shoot the spring out. You know how kids used to like take the mechanical pencils, flip them around, and then it was like a elastic shooter? It was one of those, dude.
Damn,
and
I was so far off with my guess.
What was your guess?
I thought you got in trouble because you're mag light.
Why would I bring a mag light to school?
I don't know, but that's what I thought it was.
Like reading a book, like shine the light.
I
down
thought they
on
like
it.
get you like getting out of your car or something. They'd be like, "That's a weapon."
No, this is middle school. This is way back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was a little mechanical pencil that like could shoot fucking like little paper
Not
balls.
even as bad as a wasp.
And so he walks me out to my mom's car, and he hands her an envelope with the pencil in it, and he's like, here's the weapon. And he like hands it to her, and my mom, like, I'm freaking out because my mom's freaking out, and she's just like, thank you. And mind you, my mom was like on the PTA and like super involved in school, so she knew the principal and had like worked with him, and he's still being like cryptic as fuck with her. And so she just rolls up the window and starts driving away, and she has no idea. She's like, she holds the envelope up. She's like, what the fuck is this? And I'm like, I'm like spilling everything, like trying to explain to her. I'm like, it's just the pencil. But she opens it up and she's like, this is the weapon? Like this? And she's not going to say anything to the principal because she doesn't want to like sully that relationship. But it very clearly became like a joke in my house after. Everyone's like, oh,
Your
like
dad's like, that's a fucking weapon.
He's got a weapon.
Fucking Stady.
Dude, everyone had those
Fires
things.
off rounds every day. No head thing.
Dude, I walk around work and like point the fucking scanner at people, be like, and act like I'm shooting them. And there was a Brinks guy who came and he had the money, and I wanted to go up and be like, freeze, like with the scanner, but I was like, I don't think he'll think that's funny.
Dude, imagine that's how you go out.
He
Just
just
pulling a
kills me.
prank on someone. Like, it's just a prank.
It's on a scanner, bro.
You trolling someone. You should just walk up to him and be like, boop. Scan him. You're like, oh, something's wrong with this thing.
What do you say we take one more quick break? And then
I'll take a quick break. But yeah, talking about, we left on something too. And I can't remember what it was. But fuck it. We just started talking about buying new cars. Brett and I are both, I wouldn't say in dire need, but it's definitely time to upgrade. Definitely time to upgrade our transportation. Like, I've always had a small car. I went from the Elantra already being a small car, but at least a 4-door, to the coupe. And, dude, it's so much fun. I love driving around like a very tiny stick shift car, but I can't actually, it has no function. Every time I try to do something, I'm entirely limited to the capacity of my car and even the ability to tow. Like, it would be a game changer if I could tow something.
it's basically a 2-seater.
Basically, dude.
It might as well be.
Yeah. I mean, at least you can fit the people if you want to bring people somewhere, but not comfortably.
Not
It's-
comfortably.
it's
I
not-
Can't, I can't sit in the back seat. My head is
No.
literally like.
Yeah, it's very comfy in the front. The front two seats of the car, perfect experience, awesome experience. But if you're in the back, it's like the chambers.
Dude, if I could do anything, if I had the money, I'd just walk into a Toyota dealership, be like, I want a bare bones Toyota Tacoma, like roll yourself windows, lock like doors, not power doors, and I wanted stick shift and just like tan.
Like a jihadist car.
Yeah, like that would be ideal. Just bench seat. That's what I want, dude. Just a small truck.
See,
Stick
so many vehicles like fly through my head. I want a Jeep Wrangler. I feel like that would be an awesome thing, but I feel like you sacrifice, I don't know, like the driving experience. Like it's just more, like you have to be more aware while you're driving because it's like a very top heavy vehicle, I feel.
Oh yeah.
And it doesn't, I don't know, I feel like it doesn't translate well to driving every street,
See,
especially
I'm not
like
as
highway
zippy a
entrances.
driver as you. Like you like having that power, whereas I'm just
yeah.
like, dude, like I just cruise to wherever I'm
Oh,
going.
I love zipping around, dude. There's nothing more fun. I don't speed as much as I used to, but I just accelerate real quick to get to where, like, what speed I want to
Well,
be
you have
at.
the power. It's like you use
Yeah.
it somewhere. You don't use it. You don't maintain it. You just like get
Right.
to it. And,
Like, I have to fly everywhere I go.
the zip is fun, dude. The acceleration, that's
It
the
is.
fun part of it.
But again, no functional use. I just don't, like, I can't get anything out of my car. So I was thinking, like, Wrangler if I want pure utility, truck if I want to be able to just put something big in the bed of it, like an ATV or something, which that would be really cool to just drive out anywhere with just
You
the
are
truck.
a mobile unit, and then
Yeah.
you just back the like if there's a log down the road, you just back the quad off.
Yeah, exactly. Or, I would love a Subi.
A Subaru. Oh, dude, I would love a Subaru.
Like a nice-
Forester.
Yeah, or dude, even for me, like I love like the sportier sedans that Subaru has to offer, because at least you can tow something in those. Like I can't carry a fucking quad on the roof
Dude,
of it,
Outback
obviously.
would be sick too.
Outback would be sick. I like the sport Outbacks. Nate's got a cool one.
Really?
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, that's an Outback.
I think. I don't know.
Yeah, I
Maybe
think it
not.
is. I think you're right.
I don't know anything about Subaru.
He's from New Hampshire, dude. All them
He
motherfuckers
needs
up
it.
there got them.
They're all just riding around on
It makes
snowmobiles and
sense
shit.
though. I was thinking about this morning. Why would I live in a northern climate where we get snow 4 months out of the year? Why would I get a car that is not good in the snow?
Yeah, absolutely. My car would be great if I lived in California. Be the perfect car. But that's the thing, like 4 months out of the year I can't drive it safely.
Dude, Rita's meant for the open road. She's got 6 fucking ashtrays in it.
Rita, the Lincoln Town car,
It's
right?
meant for like businessmen to just drive around in suits and
Smoke
yeah,
cigarettes.
it's just Colin put it right. It's just a rolling couch. It's just everything is so comfortable.
Dude, it totally is. It's a rolling couch. Fuck.
It's nice. It's the V8 it's funny having a V8 and it's such a sleeper.
Yeah. Oh, that's another thing. I would love like a Jeep Cherokee, but like a V8. So you have the power. You have a little more.
That would be
like,
intense.
yeah, you have a little more drivability on the streets, but you also have that like full off-road capability.
Dude, I love the idea of because I had the F250. Now I want the Tacoma because it's a small truck. And I loved the truck functionality of literally not caring what goes in the back of it at
Yeah.
all. Like you can put any
Like
need some
leaky
manure,
gas
like
container.
fucking let's pick up some manure. Like it doesn't matter. That's what. And just having it scaled down so that it's not as unsustainable to drive. Like
Yeah, very true.
the F250 was too much.
Yeah, dude, imagine like one of those big diesel like dually back-wheeled
Oh,
fucking
the
giant
only
trucks.
reason you need that is to tow. If
Yeah.
you're driving that around, you're a fucking asshole.
I'm a truck kind of guy.
Size matters.
Dude, there are a lot of people out there like that have no functional use for a truck. Like they're just
You got
9 to
sold,
5ers
bro.
like commuting, but they just want to be a truck guy.
You got sold. You drive around a giant box attached to your car. Mm-hmm. Like if you like me, I'll actually use the utility of that shit.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I just want more. That's the word that I want more utility out of a vehicle.
SUV.
Rita doesn't do enough.
Dude, oh, that's my perfect crossover, the sport utility vehicle. That's exactly what I need.
That's it, dude.
I got it.
He made it just for me.
Wow, they were literally in my same shoes. Wow. All I can say.
What's a sport utility vehicle?
Like Chris's car, the Ford Explorer.
That's it, dude. You
That's
love
I
those.
would love a Ford Explorer. One of the
Imagine
brand new
having like
ones.
a sport version of that, like full like bars all around,
Blacked out push bar in the
blacked
front.
out.
Police siren.
I would want. If I had a real utility vehicle though, I wouldn't want it to be a nice paint job. Like I want that. Like remember when we were driving the Jeep and anything that touched the side of it would be like fuck.
Yeah, you need like a shitty matte paint and that's it.
Yeah, dude. And
You
then
can-
you just don't care.
Yeah, and you can get it cheap so you can do it like once a year if you really want to.
Mm-hmm.
So it always looks like it's not fucked up, but you don't have to worry about it.
That's what
Like
I
people
want.
with like oh my god, people with paint like real expensive paint jobs that like they freak out at anything. You
On
got
a car like Rita, I could see that because it's not meant to do anything. But on a utility vehicle, like
yeah. Like you're going to get like the shiniest gloss on like a Jeep Wrangler.
I've always not cared about stuff like that, like getting scratches on my car and stuff. I'm like, oh well, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
And I probably should more, but
I don't care about it for the aesthetic for me cuz I just know it's going to happen. I know that as you own a vehicle it just gets fucked up. I mean, like you can't get mad about it, but it does piss me off when I go to like resell it and I'm like, oh, like this fucking scrape
Yep,
on the side.
true.
One that kind of did eat at me was when I parked it in Tower Lot at BSU and someone just pulled in and scraped the entire side and like dented in the back fender and everything. Like they literally just parked on my car.
Jesus, dude.
It was completely folded in and luckily I was able to like pop it back out some, but it's still that whole side is like ruined when you look at
Don't
it.
you love the like random door dings too? Like, I came out one time. There's a fucking note in my car. It's like, I hit your car. Sorry, in the garage. And it was literally they pulled out and just scraped the whole front of it, dude.
Did they leave a number or anything or just like
Yeah, and I was like, they left their number, and I was like, fuck. If I had somebody's car, I wouldn't want to know. Dude, I was like, I
Yeah.
don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
Probably shouldn't have got the money out of it, but
I mean, it's nice when people are like super open about it. Like I've had not happen to me, but happened to my mom. Someone had actually like waited behind and talked to her and was like, "Oh, here's a copy of my information. Like I took a picture of it. I can send it to you." And they were super, like forthright with it. So my mom like she wasn't even mad. She was just like, "Oh, honestly, it's an older Jeep," and she just let it go. But if you like hit and run and then someone looks back, they're like, "That's fucking great."
that's what I was thinking. If they didn't leave a note there, I might have been like, what the fuck? And gone and asked for the tapes or something like that.
Yeah.
But because they left a note, I was like, ugh. Because it even said I waited, and I was in Bridgewater for a long time.
Yeah, yeah. Imagine you find out they waited like 4 hours for you and you were sleeping over someone's house.
I don't have a pen. I gotta wait.
I'm freaking out.
Excuse me, do you have a pen I can borrow?
They call the police station and ask to run the plate so they can get your number to call you.
Dude,
Could
so
you
what,
do that?
What is it?
Could you? No, you can't do that. You can't like have the police station run someone's plate to tell them that you were in an accident, could you?
I wonder. I bet you could.
Because I don't know. I feel like that's confidential. They wouldn't just like give you someone's information off a plate that they ran.
No, I feel like the police station would contact them for you.
Oh, true.
Dude, what does 2018 entail for you? What is this the year of? You said procrastination. So how do we destroy procrastination?
Yeah, I'd kind of like changed it up afterwards when I had more time to think on it. But so the goal is more to actualize Drew Canberra in the direction that I want to be going. And I feel like one of the main ways to do that is to set a goal and just follow through with it.
Yeah.
And to be timely with it and have a routine. Because that in itself eliminates the procrastination problem, but it also becomes part of like a greater goal. You know?
That's it, to align your daily goals with your giant goal.
Yeah. I mean, this time next year I'll be finishing up with school. So I need to think about what position I want to be in when I'm graduating.
Exactly it. That's exactly what I'm asking myself these days. I'm like, where do I have to be tactically in 1 year?
It's a lot of pressure to put on someone.
Dude, if you think about that every year, like you're like, where do I want to be? So what do I have to be next year? Dude,
Yeah.
a year is a long time, man.
But it flies by.
It does. If you're not paying attention.
Yeah. Like I've been thinking about that pretty much every day since the new year is like basically like when I'm going about my business on a normal day, I'm thinking to myself like is what I'm doing right now going to make an impact for good or for bad for the momentum I want to set for myself for the year? You know, like is whatever I'm engaged in right now worth it? I don't know. It's
Even
so
like,
hard to pick
should I
apart.
do that? Like, you know you're gonna do something that's gonna set you back.
Yeah.
You're like, ugh, should I? Should I just hit the snooze button? Should I just take the warm shower this morning?
Well,
Should
that's
I
the
just-
thing. It has to be enjoyable too. I can't just be like,
True.
I'm gonna like fuck everything
Jocko
fun.
it.
Yeah, like Jocko it. Like I'm doing this every day, and I'm gonna do it whether I like it or not. You also have to make sure that it's enjoyable.
Because back to it, like the whole point of being alive is to enjoy
Enjoy.
what you're doing, man.
Yeah, Jordan Peterson said it well. Is that you're not supposed to be your own drill instructor, like screaming into your ear. You're supposed to be like a motivator that's standing there, kind of third person, talking to yourself, and you're just like, come on, like this doesn't fit with your goals, man. Like you should be doing this, or like you want to be here, so this is how you have to get there.
I like that.
Rather just like barking at yourself from behind you.
Yeah, because that's just a negative self-image. Because you are yourself. You don't have to yell at yourself to do it. You just have to do the thing. You can do it silently for all you care.
Yeah, there's nothing shittier than being in that position though, where after you make like a major fuck up, you're just sitting there like scolding yourself, and you're like, "What the fuck were you thinking? Like, look at what you've done." It's that like, it is that drill instructor just like tearing you down.
Dude, have you ever heard the song Good Thoughts, Bad Thoughts by Funkadelic?
No.
It's like a 15-minute song, but it might actually be 12, but it's so beautiful. And it starts with this long, slow guitar solo, and then it comes into this ethereal, like God-sounding man talking to you. And at one point, he gets to the point, and he says, "Be careful of the seeds you plant in your thought garden, because seeds grow of their kind. Good thoughts, good thoughts." I'm butchering it.
Good seeds grow good thoughts.
Good
or-
seeds grow good thoughts. Bad seeds rot your meat. That's what it is.
I don't want to rot my meat.
Don't rot your meat, man. He says like every thought that you plant, every thought that gets to take that you accept as true will take root in your subconscious
Oh,
and
right.
and eventually blossom into an act.
Very true. It's all part of that momentum.
It's like the butterfly effect.
Like you can get into some. I think that definitely is part of it. But when you get that like shitty momentum, one thing piles onto another, and then it starts snowballing. Because say you have like a big plan for your day, you're gonna get up early, work out, do this, do that, but you oversleep and miss the time you're gonna work out. But you still want to fit that workout in, and then it sets you behind. And for the rest of the day, you're just playing catch up.
Dude, that's an important point that you just hit on. Is that momentum also goes the other way.
Mm-hmm.
And so but that's naturally how it happens. So we go on these
Yeah.
upswings and then we go on these downswings. It's never like, it's really hard to be the type of person who fails once and is immediately on. That takes a disciplined person to only fail once and get back on track. Like naturally we just, like we get on, like I consider it through the year, I'll be like, oh, I'm on an upswing right now. Like everything's going good, I'm feeling good. And then sometimes I'm like, oh, on a little bit of a downswing. And it's important to be able to just put yourself in a
Recognize
position
that.
to get out of that downswing. Yeah, and
Yeah.
recognizing it is the first step.
Dude, I think it was Elliot Holtz that said he quit sleeping in on vacations and eating like shit on vacations because it's not like you're just fucking up for that day. You're creating that momentum.
Like, what are you vacationing from? Your life?
Yeah.
Like, that's what you eat. That's what you should.
Yeah. It's what your body wants to eat.
That's what we want. That's why we put ourselves through what we put ourselves through. Because we want that time where we can throw it all away.
Yeah, very true. You put your nose to the grindstone 8 hours a day, and then you get a little break in between, but then you keep doing that, and you get a nice long break on the weekends. And the weekends, everyone's like, fuck it all. I'll do what I want to do. Or you go to church and, I don't know, mow the lawn. Some people
kale.
are very functional on the weekends. Some people really do take that time as like an improvement 2 days, you know?
Dude,
or some
weekend
people,
warriors.
yeah. I feel like the best way to do it is to make Saturday your, like, I'm going to do me day.
Dude,
Like, I'm
Sunday is the
clean up
Joey
day.
Diaz has fucking brought back Sundays in my life and in a generation's life.
How so?
He's like, you don't fucking work on Sundays. And then he just like, he'll have the Sunday joint. And he's just all about like, Sunday's your time to reflect. Sunday's your day. Sunday's time for like connection, calling the people you love, checking up, like having a good dinner together. I always want to just start a Sunday with a sauna and then call a couple of my friends.
See, I looked
Go
at it
home,
completely
chill.
the opposite way. I was looking at it as like you hang loose on Saturday and do whatever the fuck you want. And then Sunday you kind of clean up the mess from the weekend and just put your life back in order for Monday.
I really want to set my life up so that Sundays are my day to just
That's a good move.
have one day off a week and then the rest of the week is work days.
Yeah.
Like not whether it's actually working
Or working on your
or
craft,
working
working on
on
something
something.
you love.
like you know I must have told you we've lived together so long about how Saturdays off are a product of Jewish immigrants
Is it?
because like we're a Christian nation and Sunday is our day of rest, but for the Jewish religion Saturday is their day of rest. So when we had a ton of Jewish people come here, they're like, "Fuck, we have to account for them too."
Mm-hmm.
So they gave the workers of America off Saturdays and Sundays.
Beautiful.
So thank a Jew for your Saturday off.
Dude, that is democracy at work. That's beautiful.
Dude, we need to find some religion that has a Friday,
Friday
or a
off.
Monday off.
Oh, definitely Monday's off.
Dude.
All right.
What
Can we
if-
make it? Can we? There's got to be one out there already.
Dude. The bad religion has Monday is our day of rest. After relaxing hard all Sunday, we get to really relax. We worked our way into the full relaxation zone.
Dude, really kick back and relax on Monday to take the edge off of how hard you kicked back and relaxed on Sunday.
Sunday, try to relax. Monday, relax. Isn't that funny though how we say try? Come on. Like try and relax. Like you can't just try to relax. You have to it's just
One
a
must
one thing.
relax.
Just relax.
To relax.
Yeah.
You could say to truly relax, you must relax relaxing.
We love that like separation.
Mm.
Like we want to like taste our tongue and like see our eyes. We want the sensation itself. Like we're like, I want the
True.
water to be like so hot. Like I want
Yeah.
like so much sugar. I want
You're getting addicted to the sensation of the sensations.
Yeah, dude. And you're cranking it up on the tap of the pleasure.
It can definitely, dude, that can
So that you
definitely
can still
happen.
taste it. Cuz we've lost the art of the light touch.
Yeah. The moderation.
Of true enjoyment. Like, dude, my grandma eats so slow. I'm so jealous of that.
Oh, I wolf down my food. I'm such a fast eater.
Dude, it's such a good habit. Like, to really just eat slowly, taste your food, take your time.
I don't know, dude. I love having efficient eating sessions.
Dude, America has taken away our enjoyment of meals.
Dude, isn't it in I think in the UK or it might be Australia. I don't know where, but somewhere they have lunches like 2 hours long cuz it's tea time.
That's in a lot of Europe, dude.
a lot of Europe.
And even, yeah,
That's amazing.
right? That's
then you
dude,
kinda
an
just
hour's
work a
not a
little
long
later.
time to really have a good meal.
Most places you don't even get an hour. Most places you get 30-minute breaks.
What are you going to do in 30 minutes?
Literally just eat.
Literally fast food if you haven't
Yeah.
prepared, if you're not at like on your game enough to make your own lunch, because making your own lunches takes a lot of time every day.
Yeah. Just the thought. That's all part of the routine too. If you're in the routine of making your own lunch, it becomes very easy.
Dude, that's something that really did me well living down the Cape, lifeguarding by myself throughout the week. So I'm responsible for, because there's not even a dining hall to rely on like here.
Yeah.
Like I had to be self-sufficient with my getting food and making it and for the next day. Like I know that is like the most basic thing that we have to do as adults. But
Yeah.
the idea that I got to practice it before I really had to do it was nice.
Well, a lot of people just completely drop off and they eat out every lunch. Like every lunch, they're just like, all right, where am I going to eat out today?
That's so much. I'm just frugal. Like I'm like,
yeah,
oh, that's a
it
lot.
costs so much fucking money.
Yeah.
But when you think about it, that used to be like an American staple of the workplace was, oh, where are we all going to eat out today? Like and it usually typically was like all the guys in the office that would fucking get together in like smoke-filled restaurants and just shoot the shit and get these crazy expensive meals, especially the people in New York, dude.
Oh,
Like the city life was just eating out.
damn. It definitely like lunch, dinner. Oh, that's a culture of America. Just
Well, dinner used to
going
be
out
like
to eat, no matter
Yeah.
what the occasion is.
breakfast,
That's just being human, I guess. Everyone loves eating,
especially when it's prepared by someone who's much better at it than you.
right? Although some things taste so good when you cook them.
When you know what's in it.
And like we can all tolerate our own cooking, but you ever cook something for someone else and you're like, oh shit. Like I feel like
Yeah.
I'm not that good at like now that someone else is eating it, like the taste matters that much more.
Yeah, I can make myself a coffee way better than anyone at Dunks could ever make me one because I know what I want. But when I make someone else a coffee, I feel like, oh god, like they're not gonna fucking.
What do they
like
want?
this. Because everyone's
yeah.
truly different. Like if you tried to give a regular Dunkin's coffee to someone in Europe, they would fucking puke because of how sugary it is.
Dude, do you know what blew my mind? I don't know if you were the one who told me. And this could be totally wrong. But Starbucks was originally a company somewhere else. I believe it was France.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they came over here, their largest size over there was Grande. And when they came here it was way too small, the largest size.
Damn.
So they started there and
worked
worked their way up. I've heard that. I have no actual proof
I don't know.
that
It
that's
would
true.
totally make sense because in America, everything's huge.
We're
Bigger
like,
the
what
better.
the fuck is this? This fucking small coffee.
I need to overindulge. I can't just
I
indulge.
need to really, really feel it.
It's the same way with sugar too. I think Coca-Cola has different recipes depending on what part of the world they're in, because in America the palate is it requires so much more sugar to be palatable.
Dude, how about the fact that sugar companies have been able to pay their way into not being illegal?
Or not even illegal, but they've just paid their way into people thinking that they're a better option than just fat.
Like, what if white cane sugar, is truly like poisonous to the human system?
It is in such large amounts. In the amounts we're eating it in, we're not supposed to have. I think the average person eats like 50 grams a day, and you're only supposed to have like 25. But that's just the recommendation. Like you should probably be having much less.
Like in the wild, you'd be like, oh shit, honey, that's not surrounded by bees. Like I get to try something that's actually moderately sweet. Like what else is sweet in nature?
Fruit is
Fruit, very true.
But fruit used to be really rare. Like you maybe get like one orange a day or something.
and it was
that's
way smaller. Like
Oh,
we've bred
yeah.
them to be huge.
That's the thing. Like people are fooled into thinking that like even just eating fruit is completely healthy, but you're just getting sugar. All you're getting is sugar and like a little more fiber. It doesn't matter where the sugar is coming from. Your body, it could be the same as like eating a bag of Skittles. If you're drinking a glass of orange juice that's like 6 oranges in a glass.
Dude, Joe Rogan said that almost all of the positive parts of eating fruit come from the actual flesh, and the juice is just what makes you eat the actual flesh of the fruit.
Exactly.
So when you drink juice, you're not getting anything. You're just getting the bad part of it.
You're just getting the sugar.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Sugar water.
Dude, do you ever just get sometimes I get a real sugar craving. Or like I'm like, I just need a burst right now, and I'll like my body will just be drawn to just get some juice.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I just need some
Just need that
some
fix,
easy
man.
energy right
I
now.
need that fix.
Need that fix, bro. I mean, you could even extend that fix to like carbohydrates for getting that type of energy.
Well, it's the same thing, dude. Sugars. Like,
Yeah.
all bread is more sugar.
Simple carb? Is that a thing? I think so.
Sure.
Simple carbohydrate.
I'll take your word
and
on it.
Complex carbohydrate, I believe.
Don't know what the difference
We'll
is.
get some fucking nutritionists on here.
Oh, that's what we should have on for our next guest, nutritionist.
Vinny Banco, come back.
No, I don't like Vinny's diet.
And he's like, tuna, canned chicken, cereal. Done.
Not on Mondays though. Mondays are the rest day from now on.
True. You don't eat on Monday. Too much work.
You don't. Dude, I used to think that about it was funny because the Old Testament said, you know, thou shalt not work on the Sabbath. It's a day of rest, and anyone who disobeys will be stoned to death in the village square or whatever. I feel like if I were living in those times and I was like, fuck, dude, it's Sunday. I was really looking forward to giving my arm a rest, but now I got to stone to death all the people that worked on Sunday.
This is real hard.
This is hard
I'm
work.
borderline working right now.
Should truly be a rest day.
Like
So
there's
no
another
eating.
guy like with a rock behind you.
Hey, you're
Don't
throwing
you
too
work
hard.
So hard.
Do too many rocks.
It's
Fucking
a
try hard over
self-governing,
here.
Like, group, dude. Group thing scares me. Dude, I read this one book. Fuck, what was it? It was by Hemingway. I forget which one it was. It was not The Sun Also Rises. For Whom the Bell Tolls.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a scene when the Spanish take this town from the Germans, and then they drag everyone out, and they just all form a line. And they all have like weapons, and they just throw the person down at the end of the thing. And at the end of them is a cliff.
Jesus.
And it starts off, and everyone is so tentative and scared, and then as the people they're killing come out, and try and like either be super fearful or be like pompous, it like pisses them off, and can I have some of that? And they all sink into their sadisticness,
Yeah.
sadism, dude, and it gets dark as it goes on.
Yeah, that's absolutely
Like
terrifying.
it starts off, they're scared, and then they're literally like, "Give us the next one!" Like screaming, like just wanting to tear them up. Like one of the guys comes out and just runs down the center of them and just jumps off the cliff.
Or think of like the Salem witch trials. That's some intense groupthink.
Was it you who told me that there might have been some? I think it was Katie or TJ who said that there might be some form of fungus or mold on the bread that they were eating that was psychedelic, so they were
Yeah.
actually just like tripping balls.
I read that. I think it was
Ergot.
I like ergo.
Ergo.
Ergo. Ergo and get high. Yeah,
Dude,
that's insane to me.
Did you see the new Dave Chappelle special?
No, I didn't.
He used to smoke, like in it, he tells a story of how he used to smoke on stage all the time because he loved the nicotine buzz while he's doing comedy. But then that became illegal. So now he has a Juul on stage or whatever the thing is, and he can just rip it and still have his buzz.
Dude, I love and hate the Juul. It's so cancerous though. And I mean, I probably mean that in the literal sense, but I just mean in like the culture, because nicotine, like you said, is coming back.
It is.
It's coming back with a vengeance, not in tobacco, but in
It's
vapes.
evolved.
People love it, dude, and everyone has so drank the Kool-Aid and
Look at me,
saying
I'm
that,
sitting
like,
here like ripping it with you.
well, it's that momentary pleasure.
I love it for conversation.
It
Conversation
nice.
is so nice.
But like, we shouldn't need it. We shouldn't need that stimulant.
We don't. Neither of us do.
But I mean, it's coming back like people need it. People used to think like, oh, I need my cigarette. I mean, they fucking used to think it was healthy for you. Tobacco.
They used to think it actually cured things. That's what the companies used to say.
Yeah. And now they can't say that now because they wouldn't get away with it. But they can pretty easily get away with being like, oh, it's, a vegetable glycerin base. It's totally healthy. It's just like eating a vegetable.
But there's still nicotine in it. Nicotine is the neurotoxin.
And yeah, and I'm not too convinced.
Think it's a neurotoxin. Ooh.
I think it is. But I'm not convinced either that any of the substrate that it's in could be good for you at all to inhale it in such high quantities, at least.
No way. They give it to rats and they like freak the fuck out.
Yeah. But like they say it's the healthy option, so I switched to vaping. But the thing about vaping too is you're more apt to do it because it doesn't reek and cause people to like freak out like cigarettes do. Like people will vape inside and it's totally normal, but if you lit up a cigarette inside, you'd be the center of attention.
It's
like people would be screaming at you.
right, dude. Tobacco's still very much nicotine. Rather, it's a stimulant.
It is, yeah.
And me as a person, I'm very energetic already, like super energetic. So that's why I tend more towards like weed and things, because it brings me back down. And where I'm so hyper, bringing me down is where normal people exist. So I can like, I can sit here and chat and stuff like that instead of thinking so much. Whereas a lot of people are so like shut down, energetically shut down, that they need that stimulant to bring them back up, and or even alcohol to drink. Like that's a huge one, to drink and actually be able to be social.
Oh yeah, dude, a depressant. It just brings you down to the point where you don't care enough. You're not as like tightly strung. I gravitate between both edges. I feel like I kind of ride the middle. Like sometimes like today I'm feeling very low energy. I think it was because I had such a slow day. Like slept in, had done a lot of work yesterday, so I kind of just like kicked it today, and really just sat around until you had showed up. Like I did a little productive shit on my computer, but that's still sitting in place. You know, I didn't do anything for a workout, so I'm very like bogged down today. But there are some days when I get my momentum in the morning, and I'm like at it all day, where I get to the end of the day and I need something to kind of slow me down because I'm still energetic when I'm going to bed.
That's how, like now, because I haven't been sleeping well, because I haven't been feeling too good. So I just wake up, I'm like, well, let's go. And then I'm just in that momentum because work and this and everything else. And when I get home, I just fucking fall into bed and fall asleep.
That's the way to do it, though. I think that's like the morning it truly stood out to me, or rather the time it stood out to me the most, was that night that we were all here. We went to the bar, we were out drinking, and it was a very late night for all of us. But you were still up first thing in the morning, and when I woke up, you were just getting back from a run, and you'd ran how many miles, like hungover?
I think like 5 or 6.
Yeah, but you were so there when you were back. Like I had required a lot of caffeine and like mental recovery to get me to where I was, whereas I feel like you just plunged into it and it brought you back.
Movement is the most underrated stimulant you can imagine.
Mm-hmm.
Getting in your body early and just getting it all out and letting the energy flow in the morning. Like on that run, I felt like shit. Like I was getting waves of headache and like nausea, but I just keep going and I let those movements just move around me. Like just forget about them. And before I knew it, I'd ran so far that I was just totally sober and awake. And then there was a farmer's market, and I like was running through the farmer's market. Like it was just nice. And then like that little different to every day that you didn't experience the day before is really what drives me.
Yeah. The things that kind of break your routine without you knowing.
That little sense of adventure, like running into a farmer's market, is not adventurous. But
it was something set up on campus that isn't usually there. So you just see this big gathering of people, and you're like, oh, what could this be?
Instead of being like, nope, this is my normal route. Like maybe I'll see it later. I'm like, oh, look, cool. Like I'm on my run anyways.
Dude, I think you just hit the nail on the head with that adventure that drives you every day. That it's the seeking of something new.
Yeah, you got to make life of each thing a little mini adventure.
Like, dude, that's what I love about living on or near campus, is at any moment, one of your good friends could just like be knocking at your door and they're like, hey, like I'm about to go explore this or go take pictures here. Do you want to come along? And it just totally throws totally throws a wrench in your gears. But like that change makes your day so much better if you can adapt around it.
Because that's what life is. It's just a similar thing over and over, but it gets just different enough that it stays interesting.
That should be the goal, is to have a new adventure every day.
Keep life interesting. Keep life fun.
Sleep in on Sundays. And Mondays.
On Sundays, and don't you fucking move on Mondays.
You better not even get out of bed. Fuck.
Well, my dude, that was a nice podcast, if I can say so myself.
Nice welcome back.
Thank you to you. Thank you to Vinny for joining us briefly.
Thanks, Vin.
The title. Yeah, thanks, Vin. Thank you.
Episode 11. Peace out.
Peace.